Hello students, this is Dr. P.R. Chaudhary from Kekewa College of Agriculture. Today we will be studying about different uses of plant growth regulators in horticultural crops. We all have studied there are several types of plant growth regulators like auxins, gibberellins, cytokinin, ethylene, abscisic acid, growth inhibitors and growth retardants. So now let us look how they are used in horticultural crops. First, they are commonly used in propagation of plants. Mainly auxins are used for rooting. Example, indole butyric acid, naphthalene acetic acid and even cytokinins are used. Using auxins and cytokinins helps to induce earlier rooting in cuttings or even in air layering and grafting and budding. In grafting and budding, they help in emergence of the shoot earlier. Next use is in seed germination. Commonly, auxins or gibberellic acid are used for inducing earlier seed germination. 10 to 20 ppm of auxins or gibberellic acid solution is prepared and the seeds are dipped into it for 12 hours, and this has significantly improved the yield and quality of the plants. Even dipping sweet potatoes in gibberellic acid solution of 5 ppm for 5 minutes improves the sprouting and yield in potatoes. Next is controlling size. We all know that plant growth retardants can be used to check the growth of plants. So example, Psychosil, which is a growth retardant, is commonly used to suppress the superfluous growth of leaves. Spraying of 10 ppm of morpactin in potato, the growth of plant can be reduced and therefore the size of tubers can be increased. Since you are reducing the growth of plant, so the energy or the food can be then directed towards the tubers and therefore the size of tubers can be increased in potato. And commonly growth retardant can be used for ornamental gardens or in ornamental flowering plants so that you can reduce the cost of trimming and pruning of the hedges. Fourth use is in regulation of flowering. Commonly, auxins and gibberellins are used for inducing flowering. Spraying of 5 to 10 ppm of naphthalene acetic acid before flowering can control the flower growth. Also, 100 to 200 ppm of gibberellic acid in dahlia induces early flowering, whereas 100 to 200 ppm of ethyl, that means ethylene, in mango can induce flowering during the off year. So mango, we know that mango flowers sometimes in alternate years, alternate bearing. So if you use ethylene or ethyl, you can even induce flowering during the off year. The growth regulators not only induce flowering, they can also be used for delaying flowering. So crossing of varieties, sometimes we need to have flowering at the same time. So in that case we might want to delay sometimes the flowering, and in that case also you can use the plant growth regulators. Another use is controlling the sex expression in the flowers. This is most commonly seen in cucurbids. In cucurbids, usually male flowers are higher in number as compared to female flowers. So application of auxins will increase the number of female flowers and decrease the number of male flowers in the cucurbids. Also, auxin and ethyl are generally used to induce female flowers, whereas gibberellic acid induces male flowers. Malic hydrazide at 0.4% also induces male sterility in okra. You can also use the growth regulators in fruit set and controlling the growth of fruits. Example, spraying of indole acetic acid and IBA on flowers increases the fruit set. And we all know that dipping of grape bunches is commonly practiced using gibberellic acid solution, and this increases the berry size in Thompson seedless because gibberellic acid induces expansion, cell expansion. Therefore, the cell size increases and the size of the berries increases. You can also use the plant growth regulators to control the fruit drop. Example, in Nagpur Sala, if you spray 10 to 20 ppm of naphthalene acetic acid or 10 ppm of 2,4-D immediately after the fruit set, it can reduce the fruit drop. Also, you can use it in mangoes for the both auxins. Thinning of fruits, which is commonly done in grapes. It is important to thin the fruit so that whatever berries are present, they get enough space for enlargement. Okay, and also it helps to bring balance between the supply of nutrients and during the development of fruit. So in this case, mild solution of ethyl or morphactin is used to reduce the fruit load by nearly 25 to 30%. So the larger berries are required for export quality. Early ripening and development of fruit color. We all know ethylene is a ripening hormone. So ethylene is commonly used for early ripening or changing the fruit color. In addition, if you spray 2,4,5-T or B9, it also hastens the maturity in apples by 1 to 4 weeks. So sometimes farmers want to bring their fruits earlier in the market to get more price. So in that case also you can use your plant growth regulators. Prevention of sprouting. Most commonly we see this in tuber crops or in bulk crops. So in potatoes and onion, after harvesting in storage, sometimes the bud starts sprouting and that will render them useless or unfit for cooking. So in such case, you can spray malic hydrazide solution before storing and it helps to prevent the sprouting for at least 6 months. And we all know common weedicides, mostly like 2,4-D and 2,4,5-T, are used to control weeds in the farm. And the last use is of parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy means development of seedless fruits. If you spray auxins or gibberellic acid at 100 ppm, it usually induces seedlessness in grapes. Also, auxin 2,4-D at 25 ppm is used to induce seedlessness in the Poovan variety of banana. So these are some common uses of plant growth regulators in horticultural crops. We'll study in detail individual auxins and other growth regulators in our next video. Thank you.